Okay, this is a yoga sequence for someone who may have low back pain, especially that is triggered by a lot of forward bending and or lifting. Start on our backs, okay? Knees bent, feet are flat. Let's start by straightening out the left leg and hugging in the right knee to the chest and holding for about 10 seconds or so. You're gonna hug the back of the thigh, and we're just gonna do some nerve glides here. So for this, straighten your leg until you feel a little pull in the back of the hamstring, but not pain or anything. And then flex the foot for a little extra stretch. Unflex the foot, unextend the knee. So straighten the leg, flex the foot, unflex, relax. Flossing the nerve here, our sciatic nerve. Goes down the back of the leg. 10 of these. You don't force these, it's just like a gentle gliding thing, no big deal. See how my hip kind of stays in a 90-degree angle. Good. Nice. Switch. And go ahead and release and switch. Other side. Nice. Okay. Okay, nice job. Bend both knees so the feet are flat. And then hands go out wide and rock the legs. Let the feet stack on top of each other so that you can get, ideally you want to work your way so that this thigh can be touching the floor. Little open book stretch. Maybe 5 on each side, holding each one for whatever feels good in your body. 3 to 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. It's whatever you feel like you need. Okay? Come back. Switch sides. Take that arm, open it. Breathing in. Exhaling, breathing out. Again, whatever feels good in your body. Maybe 5 or so on each side. Get back to center. Okay. A few lumbar trunk rotations, side to side, in between here. Okay, let's talk about finding the neutral spine and activating transverse abdominis, which is a deep core muscle that acts like an internal corset, okay? So in order to do this, sometimes I have people put their fingers like below their belly button like this. I'm gonna move this hand out of the way so you can see. As you can see, when I lie here flat on my back, I flare my ribs a little bit. I could easily stick my fingers under my ribs. What we want to do when we engage the transverse abdominis is to knit the ribs so that I can't get my fingers under there anymore. Normally helps to take a breath in, and when you breathe in, let the belly rise, and breathe out, and let all the air out, and then when you get to the bottom of the exhale, go like you're a snake. And when you do that, you should feel these core muscles tighten. And you'll find that now if I try to stick my fingers underneath my ribs, I can't anymore because I've knitted them together simply by going. You'll see that the position of my spine doesn't really change. Like I've got a little bit of a gap here. So the first thing we're going to do is put our hands on our ASIS, our little bones in the front. Okay, little fingers there. Okay, we're going to breathe in, breathe out. And you're going to let that knee fall out. You're going to let this leg fall out to the side. And when you do that, your little bones do not move. So there's no wobble, okay? So it's a slow, controlled motion. If you feel like you lose your transverse abdominis, relax, reset, switch. You want to make sure that when you do your transverse abdominis, you don't dome, which looks like that. So you go out, come back in. We're just working our core muscles here, slow and back in. You're gonna do, let's maybe just do like 10 on each side, or 20 total. So you're going slow with this, keeping the core engaged, okay? Very good. A little bit of core work here. Then we're gonna switch to lifting a leg and lowering. Same thing. Fingers are here to ensure that we keep our core engaged. Depending on your level, if you find that you lose your core engagement or you can't keep your hips level, then you wouldn't progress to the following exercises. But if you feel like, okay, I can do more, you can try arms, maybe opposite arm, opposite leg. So this is kind of getting into like a dead bug. So different varieties of dead bug. If your feet are on the mat, dead bug's going to be easier. If your feet are in the air, dead bug's going to be harder. So let's start with an easier version here. Okay, so maybe we take opposite. Okay, let me switch. That feels pretty easy for you. Maybe you go. You can do same leg and arms. If that's like coordination, then you know it's fine. Or you can do like opposite. Keeping the core engaged. You can do 10 on each side. You can do it for a minute, however you want to time it. Okay? Working on dead bug here. Next, we're going to engage the core and lift the hips up for a bridge. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Lower slow. Again, lift, hold. 2, 3. No back pain. If you have back pain with this, make sure you're engaging the core. Maybe don't lift as high. Maybe just come here and squeeze the glutes. If it feels good, you can come a little higher. Maybe if you want to play, you can see if one hip is stronger than the other. Kick a hip out, hold. Bring it in. Kick a hip out, hold. Don't let the hips drop. Okay? Okay, let's rock and roll from here up into a seated position. Arms up. Exhale, turn and stretch for a moment. That doesn't hurt. Let's go hands and knees. Okay, tabletop position. And let's just do a few cat-cows. With the cow, really let your belly, let your butt stick out. And really think about squeezing your shoulder blades to the center of your spine. Okay? This rounding out, be careful. I mean, you can tuck your low back and sacrum underneath you, but don't force it too much. We want to focus more on cow and letting it sag, okay? And then you can release. Cycle through these a few breaths. Let's take it back for a nice gentle stretch in child's pose here. Good, and coming back. From here, we'll do a few bird dogs. Okay, even though we're in quadruped, you're still gonna think about engaging the core like you did when you're laying on your back. So now take your right leg and kick it back. Now you should notice your core is engaged. When you kick your right leg back, don't open the hip and don't dip, okay? So you're maybe you add an arm. No need to like bring them together because the crunch might aggravate. So just come back to kind of like a neutral position here. Breathing out, breathing in. Neutral spine, extending the hip. Okay, bring it in, we switch. Same thing, core's engaged. Don't let your spine dip or open, okay? Keep that back flat. You may be doing 20 or so on these, okay? Nice job. Just take yourself through it, whatever feels good in your body. Back to tabletop. Few stretches here. Okay. All right, from here, let's tuck the toes, inhale, lift. So we're in a little bit of a plank, right? Okay, this is great. We can do some plank stuff. Okay, but now let's step back. We're gonna kind of avoid downward dogs. And we're gonna avoid a lot of forward bending, even though those are big parts of yoga. We're gonna take them out for right now. Okay, lower slow. Okay, till you arrive. So let's just do a few cobras first. So inhale, lift up. Now the difference between a PT cobra and a yoga cobra is a PT cobra, we just hang here and stretch. We're not engaging any muscles. We're trying to stretch our low back, okay? And we're gonna do 10 of these, okay, in a row. We'll call that 5. See how I'm straightening my elbows? And I'm trying to just let my hips get closer and closer to that. This might be a little uncomfortable for some. Like my back is a little stiff this morning. It's like a good hurt. I'm just hanging out. Okay. Good, now from here, let's lower and let's do a little scorpion. Okay, so take this leg here, bend it, wrap it. And stretching your low back, stretching your hip flexor and quad. This arm, you can do whatever feels good for you. Okay? Hold that for a good 20 seconds or so. We'll come on back. And we go scorpion to the other side. Hello, Jojo. Hi. How are you? Good. I'm making a video for my friend. You want to say hi?
Who's your friend?
Susie. How are you?
Good.
How'd you sleep?
Good.
Yeah? Okay. Excited for camp today?
Not really.
No? What? You have a field trip, right? Okay. From here, we're going to grab, because Susie, you're so flexible, you're going to grab both. and lift. And hold. Okay, and release. If you want to do a few of these, you can. All about opening up the front, taking pressure off that disc. Okay, down we go. Let's do an upward dog this time. Difference here from upward dog in yoga and upward dog in PT is I'm letting it all sink down. Okay. Let's come up to plank. Let's step through. Okay, and let's just do a few easy twists. Maybe just 3 of those bad boys. Okay, come back, lower the knees, place the forearm. We're gonna go into a modified side plank, so you're on your knees and your forearm. Do clam shells, okay? So you're here, lift, lower, lift, lower. You can do clammies, as long as you don't have back pain, or you can do straight leg lifts and lowers. Maybe 10, okay, I'm gonna do 10. Good. Say 10, place that foot back down. That's not the best transition, we'll figure that out. Up, let's do upward dog. Let's come to plank. Step forward with the left. This time let's take some easy twists on this other side. From here, let's come to the edge, and then, well, that's a better transition. We figured it out there, didn't we? Okay, then we're gonna do our clammies on this side, come down, clammies on this side. Maybe you turn them into straight leg raises if clammies are too easy and you don't have any back pain, okay? 10 or so of those. Okay, turning back. Flow. Let it sink. Back to plank. Let's step through. And just let that back knee drop to stretch out the front of that thigh. Let's come into a little lunge here. Maybe a little hamstring stretch, but see how I keep my back straight? You can hinge a little, but don't like fold, okay? So you're just here. Okay, out of that. Step back. Again, lots of stretching that way, right? Come up. Step in, drop, inhale. Maybe take it back, but keep that spine straight. Flex the foot if you want more stretch. Hinge, but don't curl. Okay? Come out of that. Last I saw it was like downstairs somewhere. All right, let's start with that and see how it goes. Woohoo!